Hello everyone, my name is Roya and today I'm coming to you with my review of Hemlock and Silver by Kingfisher. This comes out today as I'm posting this video. I filmed this forever ago though, so I received this ARC via NetGalley. Thank you so much to Tor for sending this my way, and I really enjoyed this book. I did, however, think that there were a few things that I thought could have been improved. Kingfisher is one of my favorite authors and I generally give the vast majority of her books 5 stars or a really strong 4 stars. This was still a pretty strong 4 stars. So this book is a loose retelling of Snow White about a potions expert who goes to the palace to figure out why this princess is being showing symptoms of being poisoned when nothing she has come into contact with seems to be what is causing it. So the first 20% of this book is just about our main character Anya going to the palace, traveling there, telling the king about different poisons, and kind of just the book going into her backstory about how she got interested in poisons and their cures and all of that. And so I thought that a lot of that could have been shortened. I thought that, after 20% of the book and it really still hadn't gotten going, I was like, really? Okay, this is not typical of one of T. Kingfisher's books at all. But then once it got going, I could not put it down. So once she gets to the palace, she tries everything that she possibly can to figure out what is poisoning this poor young girl. And nothing, and the more she digs into it, the more it seems like the princess does know exactly what is poisoning her and just doesn't want anyone to know. And that is just so weird. So then what ends up happening is Anya accidentally goes inside of a mirror, and on the other side of a mirror there is actually an entire world out there, but only what is within line of sight of the mirror is actually detailed and in color. Everything outside of what the mirror can see is just gray. So there's a whole gray world just out there, but that mirrors the world exactly. Only, so even if someone enters a room and is in front of a mirror, like a maid goes into the room and is in front of the mirror, there is an exact replica of her on the mirror side, but anytime that she's turned away from the mirror, her face is like grayed out kind of and like featureless, all of that. And then anytime she steps outside of line of sight of the mirror, she's just gray. So like anything outside of the mirror. So then it turns out that the world inside of the mirror is a little bit more complicated than Anya thinks as she goes in. So being someone of a scientific mind, she goes in again and again, trying to figure out what can happen. She tries to bring stuff from the mirror world back. She brings a book back and sees that, it only lasts so long in the world there, all of that. And so the things that so then it turns out that there are some really dark things going on in the mirror world, and it's really scary and really creepy. So overall, this book was so good. It was so unputdownable. The only things are that one, as I mentioned, the first 20% was really just setting up the plot, and I really was like trying to, come on, get to the good part. So for it to have taken that long to get good was really not typical of a T. Kingfisher book and not what I had been expecting. Two, there were a few things that we don't get answers to by the end of the book, and that was my main thing. I was really looking for why did this happen, for a couple of different things going on in the story, and then we never get an answer, and I was really sad. However, I really enjoyed this book. I could barely put it down. There is a talking cat, magical cat. There is just some really cool stuff, and the whole idea was really good and really not the typical thing that you think when you think of a book like this. So anyway, I really hope you guys check this book out because it is really worth the read. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you have read this, have any thoughts on it, any of that in the comments, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!